You are now watching It's Refly. Yeah.
007 James Bond, the where we're suit and a tie.
Somebody in the chat said they wanted to watch It's Complicated. Now let's talk about equal pay. Let's talk about money and relationships. Chat, where your money looking like in your relationship? You pay for everything. Your girl pay for it. You pay for everything.
Who is the most famous actress you can think of?
Actress? Drew Barrymore.
Okay. If Drew Barrymore was in a movie with a male co-star that nobody had heard of, would it be fair to pay them the same salary?
No.
Why not?
Because he's not, like, known of, and because he didn't, like, work to be famous like she did.
Okay. Since Drew is the star of the movie, won't she bring more people to the theater than her co-star?
Yes.
Okay, that's called star power.
Oh!
How is that different than the gender pay gap?
You just broke her neck with that question.
Than the gender pay gap.
She said, damn, what the fuck just happened to her? That words, is his breath stinking? Like, why the fuck was she? Oh, that shit knocked her back. Damn.
That's a loaded one. Like, for women or for, like...
Well, I mean, the WNBA complains about not being paid the same to the NBA, and they don't generate as much revenue. So, I mean, isn't that kind of like the same thing?
I feel like the WNBA isn't promoted as much as the NBA because they are women.
Why wouldn't they promote them? If it's good ball, it's good. I don't care.
Right, but I mean, wouldn't a male co-star that no one's ever heard of not be promoted as much and not be able to?
Yeah, I guess.
So is that comparable?
Maybe, sure.
I mean, wouldn't it have more to do with performance than discrimination?
Oh, I don't know. You're like hitting me. I wasn't ready. I don't
Get
know.
ready.
You're right about that one, but I just feel like
What you feel like?
Both doing the same
Same
job,
thing.
they deserve
They
the same
should.
pay.
That don't even make sense.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, but at the same time, you know, then why would someone want to star in their movie?
I mean,
We don't know what we talking about.
What would be the benefit of having a celebrity in your movie if they weren't gonna, you know, bring more people to the theater?
right. That makes sense, but
I mean, they're both doing the same job, but don't they have different value to the project?
yeah, but I feel
yeah,
like
you're right.
So shouldn't their pay, you know,
I feel like-
reflect the value that they're
Why they keep saying they feel like? Nobody cares how you feel.
bringing to the movie?
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like it depends on what part you play. Yeah.
Doesn't that completely disprove the gender pay gap right there?
damn.
Yeah.
All right.
You have two actors who are basically both starring and doing the same job, but they have different value because one is a celebrity and the other one's an unknown.
And you're saying with the basketball?
Well, what I'm saying is when it comes to basketball, right?
Yeah.
A lot of women say that the WNBA should be paid the same as the NBA, but
Yeah, they
don't. But they don't generate the same revenue. So isn't that kind of like the same analogy as the celebrity getting paid more than the no-name actor?
In some respect, but at the end of the day, I would say to advertise them more in all respect.
That don't even make sense, man. It ain't they fault that the males are more celebrities than the women athletes, man. I want these young ladies right here to name a WNBA athlete and try to think of an NBA athlete. That's the conversation there. It ain't the advertisement.
If we look at Nike, if we look at Adidas, who do we see? Like, we
I see Serena on Nike and Gatorade. I'm about to get mad.
mostly see male, like, athletes. I'm trying to make a post.
Serena be standing right there next to Michael Jordan every time. Every single time.
Models.
But even if you advertise something more, does that necessarily mean that you're going to have more success? I mean, there are tons of businesses that fail.
But there's a ton that make it, and it's by advertising.
Acting, it requires you to act, put a little bit more work into it. Actually read a script, right? Read a script, do all these things that NBA players don't have to really do.
Wait, what?
They just practice and...
They read a script. It's called the playbook. How you think Stephen Curry get to run around all them illegal screens, huh? It's called a playbook.
They just, so you can't compare them. You can't compare the two.
Well, once again,
as far as the pay rate is concerned.
Well, once again, like I said, they're both, you know, I mean, they're both training. They're both basically, you know, they're both doing, I mean, acting, whether you're a male or a female actor, you're still basically, you know, doing the same work, but they shouldn't be paid the same?
I don't know.
I'm just saying, you know.
I'm over it. Next question.
I'm confused as to how this is a tricky question to these people. This is just common sense. The superstar should make more money than the regular Joe Schmo. And NBA has more superstars as opposed to the WNBA. It's not that complicated of a situation. It's really not.
I don't think it's based off of discrimination. I think it's based off of how long you've been at your job, how well you are with your technique, and how good you are at what you do. I think that's what matters.
Do you think high-paid Hollywood actors should have their money redistributed so struggling actors can have a living wage?
No, those struggling actors need to work harder for their money if that's what they want.
Okay, but it's funny how a lot of Hollywood actors often talk about, you know, socialism.
Yeah, I see.
So, okay.
Yeah, I see. What y'all thinking of men and women pay gap, huh? What y'all thinking out there, chat? Reese, hey Reese, missed you. I've been busy having a life. I'm happy for you, Drosky. I think you need to shut up. Interesting. Depend on what field. It's not real. She has no idea what socialism means. It's munch. Strong chin. Don't exist. It's not real. WNBA stars should be paid more than the NBA bench player. It's fair. Fake. But generally, it comes down to how skilled you are. It don't exist. Pay me more than all of them.
How do you solve the gender pay gap?
There's not a gender pay gap. That's complete bullshit.
Should there be a gender pay gap, chat, between men and women? There isn't one from understanding. There is not one. It's falsified information. Some women be having more pay rate than men.
There has been some skepticism about the gender pay gap, equal pay for equal work. Do you believe the wage gap is due more to sexism or productivity?
I think it's sexism.
Yes.
Okay.
I think men get paid more.
Yep.
It's got to be productivity.
Can you show me a job where the pay scale for men and women is different?
Porn?
Okay.
Actors and
yeah,
actresses.
because women got all
yeah.
Hmm?
Actors and actresses.
No, it should be based on skill and experience.
Doing the same amount of work.
Yeah.
If the wage gap exists, then why would companies employ men when it would be cheaper to hire women?
Because companies can be sexist, and that's like the point.
What? The point of a company is to be sexist? No, the point of a company is to make as much money as possible. And if you could pay all women less, that would be a greedier company. That would be actually street smart to do that. Whoa. Shut up with the green screen. Y'all don't care about the screen being green.
That's the problem.
Why would companies employ men when it would be cheaper to hire women?
You know, that is a good one. Hold on.
Pay gap is just a result of the job men take as opposed to women. That's like...
they probably wouldn't.
I mean, if women are capable of doing just as good a job and for less money, wouldn't it make sense for a company to hire all women?
I mean, yeah, if women were getting paid less, you know, what is it, 70 cents on the dollar? Yeah, companies would, you know, find a good deal in that, yeah.
Is there a wage gap or an earnings gap?
It's got to be an earnings gap.
If men earn more than women overall, could it possibly be because men typically choose higher paying jobs, more dangerous jobs, and work longer hours?
Yep, these are all facts. You know, I work as a truck driver.
Chat, we can't speak for all girls. Most girls like men that make more money than them anyway. So either way they look at it, they gotta be around men that make more money than them from the most part. That's just how life is, especially in America where we're currently living.
Driver, I don't see clearly as many female truck drivers as I do male. It's a dangerous job. It's a long job. You're driving for hours. Yeah, no.
Don't women generally choose lower paying fields like education and nursing as opposed to math, science, and ditch digging jobs?
Yeah,
thinking more.
So wouldn't their pay reflect that?
Yeah, women like to work with people, men like to
take
work
up
with
the whole
things.
screen.
Don't women also choose to take more time?
Right now, am I taking up the whole screen? Why y'all keep talking about green screen? Am I large on the screen right now? I like this side. It's about the commentary. All right, that would be too big of content. This would be moderately too large. This is appropriate sizing right here. This ain't enough Reese for nobody. People want more Reese in the streets, and this ain't enough. We can all agree this wouldn't be enough Reese for the streets. So the streets need Reese to be right there, prominent and in focus. The green screen wouldn't help that. This is exactly where we need to be. You get a nice blue background with this. If it was green screen, we'd be out here at the Arc Bar with this young guy. I nobody want to be next to his funky ass. Why? If I was in green screen, I would have to act like I'm here interviewing him as well. I would have to grab a microphone. Hi, how are you? Yeah, as we're looking at the current state of the criteria of America, I ain't trying to join the content with him. No, I don't want to talk to him, so we talking to the screen.
I'm off to focus on friends and family, whereas men are more likely to be devoted to work.
I think, yeah, this is also another fact, biology of life.
Women have to bury a child and they have to take...
They gotta bury a child. What they doing?
It's also another fact, biology of life.
Women have to bury a child and they have to take maternity leave. So that's a very big issue for most CEOs in the company because they can't really have that liability for an employee to take leave for such a long time. And that's one of the biggest concerns for women being paid so low is because of their... it all has to do with.
But isn't that biology? And
yes, it has to do with biology. That's why we're upset.
Why should an employer be responsible for a woman's choice to have a kid?
They're not responsible, but it's just the basic ethics.
It actually is illegal to discriminate pay based on gender. Why aren't more women?
Now at Wawa.
Why aren't more women doing what? Chad, this is Wawa. Chad, I might actually need to order. When I eat at Wawa, I usually get the same hoagie, meatball sub. I don't never experiment with all the different Y'all don't care.
Filing class action lawsuits against companies that don't pay them equally.
I would say it's a lot easier to get another job. I mean, I'd love to say like, yeah, we're gonna fight for it, and we do, but to the extent of a lawsuit, I mean, get a new job. Like,
don't people sue for discrimination all the time?
Yeah, but also I feel like it's a lot harder.
I don't like this young lady in the middle. Look at her face right here.
Yep.
It's always this. She get a snooty look to me. The way she's looking at the camera is very. She turning her nose up at it. She's very snooty. What is this attitude, young lady?
Also, I feel like it's a lot harder for anybody to then go sue their job due to something that happened, knowing that they're going to go through all the legal fees. They have the possibility of not then winning that case, although they very much would have been discriminated against. There's not a high chance that they could win it, and if they do, you get a payout, pays out through the staff, like things like that.
But even a class action lawsuit, I mean, if it was happening as frequently as you hear about it, you would think that companies would be sued all the time.
You would think. But I also don't think a lot of people are going to go through their time to sue a company knowing that it might be more repercussions to them in the end due to money and legal fees and all.
Chat, can we be honest? Why are we having these conversations? What does this do for the streets? Who's listening? Who are we hoping hears these commentaries that we're having? Is it just for open discussion, just to hear people's opinion, just for entertainment? Are we trying to make a change in the climate of our social construct? You see how Reese start talking all big and fancy? It's just views. Why you watching it? I really don't know at a certain point. She chat at a certain point, Reese just like to take a step back in life and question, what's going on? Why are we here? How did we get here? You know, sometimes you just got to step back and really analyze what's happening around you. How does these videos move the culture forward? It's reaching 300,000 people since June of 2022. 3,000 comments. People are having the commentaries. People are having the conversations. What is happening as a return of this? Are new laws being put in place? Are people in power writing down these conversations? I don't know what's going on, but we in the middle of it.
All that.
I also just think it's not talked about enough in the workplace. Like,
interesting. This might be why we talking about it, because it's not talked about enough. But who wants to hear it? Who listening?
there's a large stigma around discussing your pay with your coworkers, because what if you do make more than them and then they're like, hey, like, why are you getting paid more than me? It's something that you don't generally talk about with your coworkers. Like, oh, by the way, I make this much a year, you know? I make this much per paycheck. It's not something that comes up in workplace conversations.
Most people don't like talking about money. You like to keep that hush-hush. The streets be pocket watching, so you like to keep that quiet.
Pico to Supreme just subscribed.
People like to keep that quiet and low-key. Like what you got going?
Can you tell me any jobs where the pay scale for men and women is different?
Not off the top of my head without like...
I can. Actors. I mean, broad amount of payment, but men are higher paid actors.
Why are some industries dominated by men and others by women?
Oh. Dang, I don't know.
Why are there more female than male strippers and prostitutes, and what does that say about society?
That sex sells, and the female body is more pleasurable to look at, I guess.
Would it be possible to sell sex if men did not sexually objectify women?
No. That's why I'm not complaining.
I'm not complaining.
If I didn't get objectified, I wouldn't get paid.
Look at you paid. That's how people.
Reese a stripper? Somebody gotta be. You dumbass.
You women.
Okay. Why don't men complain about female strippers and prostitutes earning more than male ones?
That's a good question.
How much of our economy is driven by men buying things to please and impress women?
Oh, that's... Man, it's got to be close to 100%.
True J1 just subscribed.
Let me hear this question again, because I was interrupted.
How much of our economy is driven by men buying things to please and impress women?
Chad, how much of the economy is based off you trying to buy stuff for these girls? The whole economy. Everything you do is for the bitches, and you know that. That's why you went to that barber shop, got that cut. That's why you picked out that outfit at the mall. That's why you went to that dealership for that car. That's why you went to that realtor for that house. You doing that for the bitches. Don't lie. Who you doing it for, Chad? Me, I'm not gonna lie, I did it for the freak hoes, cause shit, I wouldn't care. I live in a cardboard box for all I give a fuck. Reese could get by day to day under a bridge, but the hoes wouldn't like that. So Reese had to keep his ears to the streets. Reese had to keep his ears to the street. If I get a car, it'll be for the bitches. It ain't for me. I don't need to drive. You see? If Reese get a car, it's for the bitches. I don't need to go nowhere. Where am I going?
Oh, that's... Man, it's got to be close to 100%, if not, in the high 90s,
Would you agree that most consumer spending is geared towards women?
Yeah, I think the statistics are right. I think 86% of consumer base is women.
Would you also agree that the media pushes a campaign of fear and consumption by exploiting men's need for female validation?
Yeah, look at dating websites. They're not there to find love. They're there to extract as much resources out of men as possible.
Look at that, Chad. Y'all on these dating websites while they extracting your resources. They extracting that shit and you ain't getting no hoes in return. What you think about that on these dating apps? Chad, y'all out there on the apps swiping for love. Yeah, I get it. Most of the girls on the internet, so it would be more efficient to try and talk to them via social media. But it ain't helping. It ain't helping. It ain't helping.
So why is there so much talk about the exploitation of women, but we never talk about this exploitation of men?
It's like the society growing up thing, toughen up, young man, or, men don't cry or something like that. It's expected of men to front the bill.
Finally, why is there so much talk about a gender pay gap, but not a gender spend gap?
Sometimes I believe women.
These young ladies want you to pay for everything on the dates, chat. They want, even if they move into your house, they want you to pay all them. Yeah, chat. I don't know how often that happens. I really don't actually think that that's very common. I really think a lot of girls pay the bills in the house as well. I just like talking shit on social media. I just like saying, and making it sound like I'm speaking facts, but I don't know what the fuck going on in y'all houses. That's y'all business, not mine. What goes on y'all dates ain't got shit to do with me, chat.
Reese dad.
Why would you donate $1 to say Reese dad? You ain't my dad.
To be men in the sense of that they want the ambition, they want the drive that they have, they want the results, but results aren't given to everybody equally.
How should we determine which jobs are more valuable?
That's what I don't know. I feel like teachers should pay more. You see how I said I feel? Because this is coming from my emotions and my heart. I had to look my teachers in the eyes from kindergarten through 12th grade and watch them try their best to put that information in my head to get me ready to take on this world. Whole time, they don't get paid the right amount, so they get to put their heart in it. Man, I don't know.
It's about supply and demand when it comes to what's valuable. So, you know, if it's cracking, if it's a lot of people that want the business, whatever the job is offering, then it should pay more.
Now look at you, holeless. If my teachers made more money, they probably would have taught me how to get some bitches. So that comes back to my previous point. Exactly. So shut up.
You know, like McDonald's, man. I think McDonald's workers should get paid more. They making all them goddamn cheeseburgers, man. You know, like McDonald's, man. I think McDonald's workers should get paid more. They making all them goddamn cheeseburgers, man.
Is it hard to make a cheeseburger at McDonald's? I think they kind of streamline the situation at this point. How long do you think it take to make a burger at McDonald's? I guarantee it don't take longer than 2 minutes. It's fast food. It's literally the lowest tier of burgers. It's literally the lowest tier of food.
Pay them McDonald's workers.
Yeah, the customer service is different, but the burgers? I don't know about the burgers.
It's more money, man.
Women can do more than men can in certain aspects, and men can do more than women can in certain aspects.
So if a man is making more, it's because he's doing a job that I probably can't do.
So can we agree that men and women are different?
Yes.
There you go.
Look at Walmart trying to sell us shit. Chess, stay away
Take
from
the
Walmart.
hat off.
I'm not wearing one. Look, stay away from Walmart.
When somebody says that's a man's job.
Oh, don't try to drink your margarita now, young lady.
I think in society, it's meant to mean that it's like a more macho or...
Why is she talking to me with all of this head movement and she... Oh, why you doing all of that to me? Just a rude young lady you are. Very rude. You're coming off as condescending, like you know so much more than us. You're a rude young lady you are.
I think in society, it's meant to mean that it's like a more macho or like laborious job, society-wise.
Okay, what's a woman's job?
A woman's job is anything she wants to be.
Oh, that's very fair.
Well, wouldn't a man's job also be anything he wants it to be then?
In the same respect, yeah.
Hard work, labor, out and open.
That young lady.
She looked like Reese.
Lucky me. But listen, that young lady is walking through these streets like there's a war between men and women. Why are you so happy to praise the young ladies, but so eager to down talk the men? We're not enemies here. We're battling the same lifestyle.
Same respect, yeah.
Hard work, labor, out and open.
What's a woman's job?
Cook, clean, and make sure the house is good.
Listen, I don't know what year this young fella here is stuck in, but it ain't the modern one. I don't know what year he in, but it ain't the one we living in, chat. These young ladies could do whatever they damn well please. They could do whatever they want out here, chat. Shit, if a man want to sit at home, cook, clean, and take care of the kid, he could do that. That young man could do that if he want to.
Good.
Do you think most women want to do those jobs today?
They should.
Look at this fucker here. Oh, now you speaking on behalf of women, buddy, huh? Now you know what every woman should want to do with their life, huh, buddy? You got all the answers. He got all the answers, don't he, Chet?
But do they want to?
Probably not.
So why are men still expected to be what women want if women are no longer encouraged to be what men want?
It's the world we live in.
Isn't that a world of double standards?
It is.
It's an evil world we live in.
Mechanics, getting your hands dirty, moving labor, driving trucks. The list could go on and on.
Why are women more concerned with the ratio of male to female CEOs as opposed to the ratio of lower paid, dangerous, dirty jobs done mostly by men?
I think because women who want to start their own business or want to be their own CEO are frowned upon because it's looked at that's a man's job, not a woman's job.
You know, it's on the tip of my brain. It's like they don't even acknowledge that.
Who's this they, buddy?
As something that makes the world go round. We're in Las Vegas. Men built all of these skyscrapers, roads. You know, there's probably some women in there, but yeah, they're just invisible to that.
Yeah, you're standing in front of the Eiffel Tower. That was built by a man, probably.
Look at this fucker with the mic. A man, probably. That's very rude of you to assume when your whole channel is based off you asking questions based around facts. How you not know what the Eiffel Tower was built by, but you happy to claim it to men? That's not fair, Mr. Host Man.
Full to that.
Yeah, you're standing in front of the Eiffel Tower. That was built by a man, probably. Would you rather have a high-profile job for no pay or clean sewers for $100,000 a year?
I struggle with the smell of poo, so I think
most people do. I don't think she's special by saying that.
High-profile job with no pay, because when you think about it, it would come with incentives.
You can pay your mortgage there.
That's Reese type.
I guess there's pros to both of them, but to give you a flat-out answer, I would prefer to have the high-profile job without pay, because if I was high-profile, I'd market myself.
I could tell. Yeah. This lady is all about perception and how people view her. That's why she gives off the condescendence that I'm keep feeling from this young lady. You're very not nice.
To be
I think Reese
sponsored by
about to
some
get booked for killing Austin Winters.
Shut up.
company and just keep working at it and get money, get paid, do more with that platform I have.
I'm cleaning sewers for 100K, man. Ain't no shame in my game.
I'm cleaning sewers. There's no question about it.
Why?
More money.
Clean the sewers. I'm just going in my head. No, I'm going to clean the sewers for $100,000 a year.
Chad, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna get my funky ass in them sewers, have a water hose out back, spray my funky ass down before I get in the house, and go home to my wife smelling like nothing ever happened, because that's what the hose in the backyard is for. I'd have an extra water bill to wash my ass right at the front driveway. My neighbors will look at me like, what the fuck is he always outside with a water hose? Motherfucker, we getting money. That's all that matter to me.
Here. Or clean sewers for $100,000 a year.
I'd rather
stop with the bits, you bitch.
Lil Wayne or J. Cole.
It's obviously Lil Wayne. Shut up. Y'all are pissing me off, man. I don't know J. Cole's songs from beginning to end off top of my head, but I know Lil Wayne's songs off top of my head from beginning to end. So that ends the conversation right there.
To first one.
Okay, so wouldn't that explain why you're paid less?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to do...
Because I really don't want to do that.
You don't want to do the dangerous, dirty jobs.
No.
So could that possibly be why so many women earn less money than men?
Yep.
So is...
Wait, why is there actually an actual discussion in the chat between these two? Do a poll. Are y'all actually debating? Question marks. J. Cole, Lil Wayne. Who the fuck win the poll? Is this close? Is this fucking close? Did James, dumbass with 100 bits, actually start a civil war? This don't even make sense, man. Why is it closed? What are y'all doing, man? What the fuck? Y'all ruining the hip hop legacy. Y'all don't listen to rap music. You listen to Miley Cyrus trying to talk about the streets. Shut up. That's your problem, man. Y'all don't listen. Y'all don't fucking listen, bruh. Come on, man. You ruined it, chat. You fucking ruined it.